Hello and welcome to your Thanksgiving Flow. My name is Fernanda. In case we don't know each other, thank you so much for being here and for choosing to spend at least a little bit of chunk of your Thanksgiving day, week, or month, whatever it is that you're practicing it with me. We're gonna get started standing at the top of the mat. So coming to Tadasana mountain pose. You can bring your feet hip width distance apart, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Palms are facing forward. And let's just take 3 breaths in here together. Inhale through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. 2 more, breathe in and out. In and out. Bring the hands connected in front of your heart. Take a moment to be grateful for the life that you have right now, for the fact that you are alive here on this day. Because that is the only reason why you're able to experience and have other reasons to be grateful for stuff, because you are here on this day. What a gift. And then we're gonna begin warming up with sun salutation, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. When you exhale, hinge at your hips, fold all the way down, Uttanasana. Hands come to the shins, elongate your spine halfway. When you exhale, plant your hands down, step your feet back, find your plank pose. For this first plank pose, your knees can totally be down if you want more support, but really push the floor away with your hands. Feel your scapulas like spreading apart. Take a deep breath in. When you exhale, lean forward, bend your elbows and lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, point your feet, rise your chest and head for Cobra. When you exhale, tuck your toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, look forward to the top of the mat. Exhale, walk or hop there, forward fold. Hands come to the shins, halfway lift. Exhale to fold again. Inhale, come up to stand, arms reach up. Exhale, hands right in front of your heart. We're gonna do this flow 2 more times. And instead of just coming into autopilot, which is usually one of the things that really takes us out of this gratitude mindset, come back to it. Think about this shape. This is a sun salutation. You're like being grateful for the sun. Can you imagine living in a world without the sun? I can't. So here we go. 2 more rounds. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Saluting the sun, halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands down, step your feet back, plank pose. Inhale in this plank. When you exhale, hinge forward, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Come up, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, walk or hop to the top of the mat, forward fold. Hands to the shins, halfway lift. Flick the tail out. When you exhale, fold again. Inhale, come up to stand, arms reach up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Final round, inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge at your hips, Uttanasana, and fold. Hands to the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk or step your feet back, plank. Inhale there. When you exhale, hinge forward, Chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra, or Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. When you exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, walk or hop, top of the mat, forward fold. Hands to shins, halfway. Breathe out and fold again. Inhale, rise up to stand, arms reach up. When you exhale, hands right in front of your heart. Rest your arms onto your sides. Give yourself a moment in here to feel your heart beating, your body warming up. What a gift it is to be alive on this day. Only because you are alive, you're able to experience love, joy, affection, excitement, and also the feelings that are not that pleasant, right? But they're also part of the journey. Without them, you'd be living in a toxic positivity life, and we don't want that. So embracing the wholeness of life. Take 1 more breath. And then inhale, reach both arms all the way up to the sky. When you exhale, bend your elbows, cactus your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together, gaze up towards the sky, cracking your heart open to feel all the blessings One more breath. Good, and then bend your knees. Sweep your hands all the way down on the floor and rise, Utkatasana chair pose. Arms go all the way up. In here, whether your feet is hip width distance apart or you choose to bring them together, I want you to isometrically pull your feet apart. You're gonna really feel your glutes activating in here. Another thing, notice if you're flicking your tail out too much, can you send your sitting bones down to the earth just a little bit more? Notice how that brings so much more engagement on the core. Keep breathing. And if you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're holding chair pose for this long already, yes, it's good stuff. We're building resilience. Grateful for that as well. Take one more breath. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Hands to shins, halfway lift. Blend your hands down, walk or step your feet back, plank, breathe in. Exhale, lean forward, lower down, chaturanga. Find your back bend when you inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Out through the mouth. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. In. Out. Here we go. Inhale, reach your right leg all the way up to the sky. Exhale, step your foot through in between your hands and rise in a crescent lunge. Arms go all the way up to the sky. When you exhale next, cactus, bend your elbows, lean your heart forward and up. When you inhale again, bring the arms all the way up. Exhale to twist. Right hand behind you, left hand in front. If you notice that your front knee is kind of extending, can you really go back to that bend? Take a breath in here. Can you get long through the collarbone? Spread the arms apart. One more breath. When you inhale, exalt. Left hand up and overhead. Back hand either towards the back leg or on the sacrum bone. Take one more breath in here. When you exhale, warrior 2, cartwheel the arms forward, ground your back heel down. Virabhadrasana 2. Spreading the arms apart. Relax your shoulders down and your face. Gazing towards your front hand. One more breath. Good. From here, we're going to low horizon lunge. So for that, left hand comes down to the mat. Pivot all of your toes to the right side. If it's too much for the hips to have your right foot on the top of the mat, you can bring it low a little bit more, okay? But then hips are going to come down to the mat. Right hand towards your back foot. Get there. We're going to flow. Inhale, lift your hips. Right hand up and overhead. Feel the side bend on the right side. And then lower back down. Breath out. 2 more. Inhale, lift. And lower. Inhale, lift. This time, pause in here. You're gonna bring your back leg, your back knee to click onto the front leg. So big movement and then sit down. You're gonna have your right leg crossed over your left. Right hand comes to the right side of the mat, left hand up and overhead. Lengthen. Feel the body warming up, the heart beating. What a gift it is to be alive on this day. As you move, make every little movement, every little breath here on the mat as an offering. One more breath. Nice. This is going to become a twist. So you can bring your right hand towards your right shoulder. Walk your right hand kind of like behind you a little bit more so it helps support your twist. Really bring the left elbow towards the right leg. Lengthen up. Hug the lower belly in. One more breath. Good, and then start to unravel. Both arms towards the left, look towards the left, keep going, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. You can widen up your legs as you bow in between them. Maybe you bend one knee at a time as you sway side to side. What a gift to move and to breathe. And then pause in the center, hands underneath the shoulders, halfway lift. Can you flick your tail out, even if you need to bend your knees a little bit more? Nice, and then crawl the hands to frame your left foot. Point all of your toes in that direction. And then keep your right hand down on the floor, twist, left arm up to the sky. Lengthen up and away from the floor. Shoulders away from your ears. Send your outer left hip more towards the back side of the mat, not like so much out. Find integration. Last breath. 3-legged dog. Left hand down, left leg all the way up. From here, one-legged plank pose. Roll forward. Feel the strength as you push the floor away. Inhale. Exhale. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower down. Inhale. Find cobra or up dog. When you breathe out, child's pose or downward facing dog. You can choose. But we're staying here for 5 rounds of breath. As you breathe in here, maybe bring to your awareness one thing that you're very grateful for at this moment. Maybe for you to be able to practice today, you had somebody else caring for things for you. Maybe there's somebody cooking your Thanksgiving meal, or maybe you have someone watching your kids. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you have someone that is supporting you to stay here today. Can you send gratitude towards that? Last breath. And then if you were in child's pose, coming back to downward facing dog, we're gonna go to our left side. So please inhale, reach left leg up to the sky. Ekapada Adho Mukha. Exhale, step it through. Crescent lunge, rise. Front knees bend, arms go up to the sky. When you exhale, bend the elbows, find cactus. Open up your heart for all the things you have to be grateful for. And then inhale, bring the arms back up. When you exhale, twist. Left hand behind you, right hand in front. Can you get long through the arms and keep squeezing like the inner thighs together towards each other. You notice how that gives you like an anchoring sensation so that you can lift up and away from it. One more breath. When you inhale, exalt. Right hand up and overhead, left hand back leg or sacrum. Think more about lengthening up than just kind of bending back, okay? You want to gain space on the right side. Last breath in. When you breathe out, low horizon lunge. Right hand comes next to your left foot. Turn all of your toes to the left side. Remember, you can bring your foot low if you'd like. But then bring your hips back down, left hand towards your back foot. When you inhale, lift your hips, left hand up and overhead, lengthen. 2 more, lower down, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And then pause in here. We're gonna do that transition into the seated twist. So click your back leg towards your front, find a seat. Left hand comes to the left side of the mat, right hand up and overhead. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Inviting more breath into the body. Breath is prana, breath is life force. Savor it. One more breath. And this is gonna become a twist. So bring your spine all the way up. Right elbow touches your left leg, right hand towards your left shoulder, left hand behind you. Lengthen up your spine. See if you can really flex your left and right toes in here to help protect the knee joint. One more breath. Amazing. From here, unravel all the way to the right side. Arms, face, everything until you lift your hips. Wide-legged forward fold. Melt down in between the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. And then crawl the hands now to frame your right foot. Left hand stays down. Flex your back toes. Right hand up to the sky. Good. Bringing right and left hip in alignment. You don't have your right hip super forward or out. It's aligned with the left. One more breath. When you inhale again, right hand down to the floor, 3-legged dog, right leg up. One-legged plank pose, roll forward. Pause and push the floor away. Grateful for your strength. One more breath in. When you exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, find your back bend. When you breathe out, child's pose or downward facing dog. Again, 5 rounds of breath. Taking a moment to think about all the challenges, all the victories you had until now during this year. And I'm sure you have so much to be grateful for. But can you connect with at least one specific thing to really pull it, like bring it down to earth? Remember the sensation, the feelings you had when you accomplished that thing, when you overcame that challenge. Be grateful. Last breath. And then making our way back to downward facing dog so that we can repeat this flow we just did, but we're gonna do it in a faster pace to really move the energy. And again, as you're moving through each shape, make an offering as if you're literally like sending out into the world all the things that you feel really, really deeply grateful for in your heart. So here we go. Inhale, reach right leg all the way up to the sky. Exhale, crescent lunge, step your foot through, rise both arms up. When you exhale, find cactus, open the heart. Inhale, back to crescent, arms up. When you exhale, twist, right hand behind you, left hand in front. Inhale to exalt, left hand up and overhead. From here, horizon lunge, just one time, left hand down, pivot all of your toes out, lower the hip, right hand towards the back foot. When you inhale, lift your hip, right hand up and overhead. Good. From here, just click your back leg into the front one. Right hand towards your right side of the mat. Left hand up and overhead. Lean. And then inhale, lengthen your spine. Bring right hand to the right shoulder. Lengthen and twist. One more breath. Good. Start to unravel to your left side. Wide-legged forward fold. Melt down in between your legs. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, runner's lunge, twist to your left side. Left hand to the floor, right. Lift your left arm up to the sky. Good, and three-legged dog. Left hand down, left leg up. Move through your vinyasa. Again, offering out all your efforts. Grateful for you to be able to do that on this day. Once you're back in down dog, 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Breathe in. Out. Last one. And out. 3-legged dog, left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, crescent, arms up. Exhale, cactus, bend the elbows, heart up. Inhale to re-extend the arms up. Exhale, twist, left hand behind you, left hand in front. Inhale to re-exalt, right hand up and overhead, back hand back. Good, low horizon lunge, right hand down to the floor. Turn all of your toes to the left, lower the hip, left hand towards the back foot. And then from here, lift your hips up, left hand up and overhead. One more, lower down. And bring it up, it's okay, we're gonna keep going. Click your back leg towards your front, find a seat. Left hand to the floor, right hand up and overhead. Lengthen up when you inhale, find a twist. Right elbow, left leg. Bring the hand to the left shoulder. Left hand behind you. One round of breath. Good. From here, unravel to your right side. Wide-legged forward fold. Both legs are extended. You're melting down in between the legs. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale for a halfway lift. From here, both hands crawl and frame your right foot. Find a low runner's twist. Left hand down, right arm up to the sky. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then 3-legged dog. Right hand down, extend your right leg back. Find your vinyasa flow all the way back to downward facing dog. Where then we're gonna take 3 rounds of lion's breath. So inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth, stick your tongue. 2 more, inhale. Inhale. And then come to a child's pose. Knees come down, big toes to touch, hips towards heels, and then you can even rest your hands towards your feet. I love this lion's breath we just did because we know we're humans, and sometimes there are all these negative thoughts, all these things that are rumbling in our minds that kind of takes us into a spiral, right? And lion's breath kind of help us clear the way, like clear the noise, clear all the illusion that, life is not good because we had a bad day, because we had a bad feeling. Use this breath in your favor anytime in your day. Take 3 more breaths in here. So good. And then from here, just come and find a comfortable seated position. Cross-legged or not, you choose. But we're gonna do a little bit of breath work. And the idea in here is that you really connect with all the things that you feel grateful for. And we're going to do 3 rounds of breath. So you have 3 chances, 3 opportunities, 3 things that you want to focus on and to really offer that sense of gratitude towards those things. So we're going to use Padma Mudra, which is the lotus mudra. And it works as you connect your thumbs, the sides of your thumbs together, the sides of your pinky fingers together. And then you bring it right in front of your heart as you spread all the other fingers wide. So we're going to take a full round of breath in for 5 seconds. And then for 4 seconds, a breath out. So here we go. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. What are you grateful for? Increase it. And then exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is the reason you have to be grateful for on this day? Hold and increase. When you exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Another thing that really makes you feel grateful for on this day. Let it rise. Let it expand. And then exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your hands. You can rest them on your lap. Take a full breath in. Out through the mouth, breath out. From here, you can just come to lie down on your back. As you hug both knees into your chest, give your legs a squeeze or a big hug. Just roll side to side. And then as I'm doing this shape, I'm just remembering that I forgot to do warrior 2. We did one time only, I think. But that's okay too, right? If we find a way to laugh at ourselves and to be grateful even for our mistakes, life becomes a lot more lighter, like easier and fun. So that's a good teaching as well. And then we're going to prepare for our final shape before Savasana, which is going to be bridge pose. You can plant the soles of your feet down on the mat. Make sure that your legs are hip-width distance apart, so not super wide, not super close. And then extend your arms alongside your body and scoop like your shoulder blades together, so shoulders connected on the backside body. And then from here, you push your heels down on the earth. Lift your hips up as you inhale. Find a lot of space onto the front of your quads, on the front of the belly, front of the chest. If you notice that your chin is tucked into your chest, give it a little space so that the breath can flow in and out with space and naturally. Keep holding this shape with your heart open to all the things that you have in your life right now to be grateful for. And then take your last breath in. When you exhale, bring your hips all the way down. Happy baby pose. Bring the knees to the chest. Widen the legs. And either send your feet up to the sky and hold onto the outer feet. Or you can even keep your feet down with the knees bent and just kind of hold onto your ankles or on your kneecaps in here. Both can kind of give you the same sensation and a really good relief on the lower back, on the shoulders, back of the neck. Take one more breath in here. And then start to slowly release into your final shape, Savasana. You can let the legs go long, arms go long. And I want to give you the option to either stay in here in Savasana with your belly and heart up towards the sky, or you can turn and take Savasana on your belly. This is also a really beautiful way to connect with the earth, right? Without this big home that we have, like we wouldn't even be here. So that's another really big thing that we have to be grateful for. So making a connection, our heart with the earth, as you rest in this final shape for a few breaths. if you are practicing and you know that you have time, I highly recommend that you stay in this final shape, in this Savasana, for at least 10 more very deep and long breaths. But if you feel ready to close off practice, you can just take your time to wiggle fingers and toes, to slowly get yourself out of whatever shape you're in. I really hope this practice helped you reconnect with that sense of fulfillment and to remember all the big and huge things that you have to be grateful for in your life. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, and if you are interested in looking for a yoga retreat in Brazil, which is my home country, I'm leading that in 2026. You can have more information about it on the description below. I'd love to have you with us, but if not, I'll see you on the next class. Namaste.